I'm Desha Jackson with DLJ Sports and Entertainment, and I am on ShaQuene Live on MMTV. Welcome to another segment. Today I want to talk a little bit about agreements with minors and just some of the things that you may want to consider. Of course, in the entertainment industry as well as the sports industry, you may have an opportunity that you might have to deal with someone who is not of the age of majority in a particular jurisdiction. And what does that mean to you in kind of consulting or doing your thing in the entertainment industry? Well, one of the things you need to think about is what is the age in your particular jurisdiction of someone being legally bound to a contract. What's the age of majority? In New Jersey, as well as New York and other states who kind of have a lot of entertainment going on, California, Illinois, Tennessee, these states provide that 18 years old and older, 18 years old is the age of majority. So anyone who's 18 years old and older, they can be legally bound by the contract and they cannot disaffirm the contract. And that's what you're mainly concerned with when you're dealing with minors is if someone's under 18 and they've signed something without going through any kind of appropriate procedure in that jurisdiction, it's going to be very difficult if they want to say, you know what, I'm not going to abide by this and I'm just going to disaffirm this contract. So what can you do? What should you look for? In states like New York and some other states, there are statutes regarding contracts with minors. And the statutes specifically talk about employment as performers in the field of entertainment or professional sports. And these statutes deal particularly with procedures for ensuring that a minor will be bound by a particular agreement that you have with them and that they cannot disaffirm. Now, of course, in states, you must look up what this procedure is. I mean, in New York, for example, there's a court review and approval of a contract for a minor. And this also applies to managerial and agency services. So talent agents must have the contracts reviewed as well. And any kind of manager of a minor in the entertainment industry must have it reviewed. However, this procedure may not pertain to, in New York, to music publishing contracts and or exclusive writers contracts, songwriters agreements, or for the minors, approval of a transfer by his or her parent of his or her renewal rights in a copyright of a song. So that's just a little bit of information about New York. So what I would do is, for more detailed information about the New York provisions, please look up the law in New York, go to an attorney, get advice to find out what the provisions, because they always change. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about the contracts, New York's kind of procedure that we know about when we come back. Thank you.
It was silly of me to think that you would be everything I needed you to be. It was silly of me to think that you would do everything I needed you to do. It was silly of me to think that you would love me the way I needed to be. It was foolish of me to think that you would be so silly for me. So silly for me. Big star with a fast car, you need that baby. Big star with a fast car, you want that baby. Big star with a fast car, let me be your baby.
Well, this is time for the girls, them anaconda alongside no other than the one ShaQuene. Who make the girls them mad when she walk on the scene. Well, tell them my queen, what them say now?
I knew the boys was to love me every time I shake the thing.
Hi, I'm Desha Jackson Esquire, and you're watching ShaQuene live on MMTV.
I can't think straight now. I can't see ahead. I don't know why there's so many problems around. I would sell my soul just to reach my goal, but I can't 'cause these demons keep bringing me down. I try to scream, but I can't even breathe, 'cause these demons keep bringing me down. I was 10 years old when life took its toll. Now I can't keep my feet planted on solid ground. When I see your face, I feel so ashamed. This will hold me till they pull me back in the ground. I tried to scream, but I can't even breathe. I'm sick of this. I'm so sick of this shit. Life's a spiteful bitch. For the fun of it, I'm so sick of this. I'm so sick of this shit. Life's a spiteful bitch. For the fun of it, demons keep bringing me down. These demons keep bringing me down. They keep dragging me so silly for me. So silly for me. Big star with a fast car. You need that baby. Big star with a fast car. You want that baby. Big star with a fast car. Let me be your baby.
Well, this is time for the girls, them anaconda alongside no other than the one ShaQuene. Who make the girls them mad when she walk on the scene. Well, tell them my queen. What them say now?
Let me tell you about this girl I know, y'all. She's an animal, a man eater. Don't try to lock her up in a cage. We're compatible. She's a keeper. I don't give a damn what you say. Why? I'm love drunk. Hey, hey, you know what it is, y'all? I got a problem. I'm love drunk. Okay. Let's go. She got it. Uh-oh. Now break it down. Need me. Want me. Lust me. Why don't you just love me? Show more.
An animal.
What?
A heartbreaker. A different girl every day.
Every day?
We're compatible.
What?
I'm no traitor. He's a tiger that can never be
Now do the
tamed.
fucking love drunk dance.
I love you.
Hey, do the love drunk dance. She's doing the love drunk dance. That's the motherfucking love drunk dance. Hey, I'm love drunk. Do the love drunk dance. Let me see you do the love drunk dance. That's the motherfucking love drunk dance. Need me, want me, lust me.
Why don't you just love me?
Yeah. That girl's a supernova. Love drunk, I don't wanna be sober. I'm Serpent, she's my Oprah. I'm Michael, she's my loafers. With a penny in it, I get plenty women, but none of them are quite like you. They star don't shine like you, what it do, but I quite like you. I'm love drunk. Hey, do the love drunk dance. Let me see you do the love drunk dance. That's the motherfucking, oh! I'm love drunk. Do the love drunk dance. She's doing the love drunk dance. We're doing the love drunk dance. Talk, Joey. Yeah. Lust me. Why don't you just love me? Joey Z. Yeah. Check it out, y'all. He's doing the love drunk. She's doing the love drunk. We're doing the love drunk. They're doing the love drunk. ShaQuene's doing the love drunk. ShaQuene's doing the love drunk. We're doing the love drunk.
J-Max, how you doing that love drunk?
Love drunk. Thank you.
Thank you guys. What's up?
Hi, welcome back to ShaQuene Live on MMTV. I'm Desha Jackson with DLJ Sports Entertainment Connection. I am talking to you about agreements with minors. And what I was talking about was just the fact that if you're under 18 in most states, the minors can disaffirm that agreement, and that there are procedures set up in some of the states. And just giving you an example of how New York works. In the state of New York, you have to obtain a letter of guardianship from the surrogate's court, and the minor's parents have to give written consent to the production or record company. Let's say the minor is getting a contract from them. And with this letter of guardianship, what happens is that the court has to approve the contract, parents or guardian, because they cannot be held liable as a party to or guarantor of a contract for services of a minor under 18 years old as a performer in the field of entertainment. So the court has to approve the contract in this case. Now again, with these court proceedings, and there's a few other things, after getting the letter of guardianship, there has to be a petition and a proposed order done, along with the copy of the contract. You have to submit to the accounting department of the surrogate's court for all of this to be approved by a judge. and the court will then appoint a guardian ad litem over the minor's property in this proceeding. And there also needs to be what's known as a letter of intent, and the attorneys for the parents will get a letter of intent, and that communicates the intentions and interest to offer and execute a contract with a minor. It's actually the representatives of the people who are offering the contract to do the letter of intent. And sometimes this is called a memorandum deal. Now, of course, this, with minors, one of the major issues, and that's just procedures that we know that may change. I encourage you strongly to consult with a lawyer or consultant in your jurisdiction, and even in New York or New Jersey or Tennessee or California or Illinois, wherever you are in the entertainment industry, because these procedures change. The industry changes, procedures change, the law changes every day. So this may be the procedure today, but may not be the procedure tomorrow. Know generally that with contracts with minors, it probably is going to be some sort of procedure that you're going to have to go through for the court to approve it in order to enforce it at the end of the day. One of the main issues for courts, and of course this makes sense because you're dealing with someone under the age of 18 who essentially the law considers needs someone in order to help them in their life until they get to a point where they can be an adult and negotiate on their own. The court's going to consider whether the agreement is equitable. Remember that with a contract with a minor is, what is this minor getting into? Why are they getting into it? How much money they're going to make? How long is it going to be for? The court's going to remember, or is going to review all of those things and make determinations on whether they are going to approve this agreement with this minor. So consult an attorney, I would say, if you're dealing with a contract with a minor, with anyone in the entertainment industry, talent, management, record companies, endorsement contracts, any of those. Make sure if you have an agent already that they're talking with an attorney and ensuring that the contracts are being approved in the appropriate jurisdiction in the appropriate way, so that there are no problems at the end of the day with regard to that agreement. Some of the things you're going to discuss in detail is subjects of voidability of any agreement that has to do with a minor, disaffirmance of the contract, ratification, and any statutory provisions. Very important when you're dealing with minors. Because that really is the main issue and what people are concerned with when they do have an agreement with a minor is, can they just walk away? Because they can claim, hey, I'm a minor, you can't contract with me. So I would say consult with an attorney before filing anything in court, or consult, of course, with your agent if you have an agent, for them to get you the advice and appropriate information in your jurisdiction about agreements with minors in the entertainment industry. Thank you so much. Again, I'm Desha Jackson. I'm with DLJ Sports and Entertainment Connection, which is a sports marketing, sports and entertainment representation consultation agency. Take a look at us, dljsec.com. I appreciate your time, and thank you so much for tuning in to ShaQuene Live on MMTV, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Ciao.
Never been the type to sit on my couch with remote in hand. Too much work to get done, must fulfill my master plan. Can't fill my days and nights with drama, doubt, and laziness. When you see my name in bright lights, that's when I can rest. My mama always said to me to give your best and it will show. So in everything I give my all, no worrying if I might fall. Can't be complacent, hesitation don't lead to success. I gotta get up, get out and do something. Too blessed to be stressed.
Don't need no water, don't let the fire burn. Just start it, just get started. You can't be gone till November, if you forget to remember. Get started, just get started.
Repeatedly, I say nothing was given to me. I work for what I got and nobody would disagree. I know just what I want and where I'll be 10 years from now. Signing your paychecks when I made it, you still wondering how. The rules are simple, I'll go ahead and break it down for you. Number one, have a plan. Number two, just follow through. If you can do this, then without a doubt you're on your way. But number two is where most people start to stray. I got my hands up, you're looking for a handout. I'm steady grinding, you take the easy way out. Seeking success but somehow just can't conceive. It's a matter where preparation meets opportunity.
Fire burn. Just start it, just get started. You can't be gone till November, if you forget to remember. Get started, just get started. Don't need no water, don't let the fire burn. Just start it, just get started. You can't be gone till November, if you forget to remember. Get started, just get started.
It was silly of me to think that you would be everything I needed you to be. It was silly of me to think that you would do everything I needed you to do. It was silly of me to think that you would love me the way I needed to be. It was foolish of me to think that you would be so silly for me. So silly for me.
Well, this is time for the girls, them anaconda alongside no other than the one ShaQuene, who make the girls them mad when she walk on the scene. Well, tell them my queen, what them say now?
I knew the boys